everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I want to introduce you to a new addition to the lab here, a 1969 Volkswagen Fastback. Now, for those that are familiar with the Volkswagen range, you know exactly what this is. This is a Type 3 Fastback. The Type 3 was a, slightly updated version of the Beetle. These cars actually run and drive a bit nicer than a Beetle. The suspension's a little more supple, the cars are a little heavier, and they feel more like a real car. And I'm a big fan of the Type 3. I've had quite a few of them over the years, but I've been looking for many years to find a really, really nice Fastback in this particular color. And the reason for that is that I had one back in the day and I want to relive those memories. About 30 years ago or so, I bought a 1966 Fastback out of the recycler classifieds. It was a bit of a project. I got busy on it. I painted it, got white walls on it, got the car pretty much all done except for the interior. And then, some life crap happened and I had to sell it. And it kind of bummed me out. And from that point on, I have always looked at these cars and wanted to have another one. This one popped up for sale on a website called The Samba. Now, if you're not familiar with The Samba, I suggest you go check it out. It is an all Volkswagen classifieds page. It's also great with information and all sorts of different stuff. And I troll it quite a bit. And I advertise a lot of cars on there myself, ones that I have posted on my oldbug.com website. In any case, this particular car was located in Texas. The gentleman had it for sale. Apparently, he bought it just a couple of years ago from someone in Arizona. The car was sold new in Arizona. It's had 3 owners prior to me, and I'm happy to be the 4th. Now, one of the cool things about this car, not only is its condition absolutely stellar, it also has extremely low miles on it. It's just over 30,000 miles on the odometer. The car has been repainted on the outside, but the interior of this car is all original, and it's in pretty spectacular condition. Original door panels, original carpet. Pay no attention to my scuzzy mat there. There we go, original carpet. And another interesting thing is that this has a full automatic transmission. Not the auto stick, but a full auto. Now, the Type 3s were the first of the Volkswagen to have that really readily available. There were some Beetles that had a transmission called the Saxomat transmission. I believe those started in the mid-60s, but those really didn't make it to the U.S. It was something that was just in Europe. Very few of them showed up here. The auto stick transmission, which is basically a 3-speed stick with a automatic clutch. That was something that was introduced in 1968. But this is a fully automatic transmission, and it works the way a regular auto trans does. And it's certainly not for everybody. It seems like most folks really would prefer to have a stick, but the automatic to me, I think, is pretty fun. I had an automatic in a Type 4 VW that I had some time ago, and it was kind of cool when you're sitting in traffic. You certainly don't need to manhandle the foot the clutch pedal. It certainly makes drivability a bit more easy for different folks. And in today's world, the automatics have become a highly prized thing because there's a lot of folks out there that just don't want to drive a stick. And Southern California traffic, sitting in that, well, I see the benefit of it. Let's see, other fun stuff on this particular car. Let me see if I can walk around the back here. I meant to bring this thing out into the sun, but we've got a real windy day, and I didn't want to expose you guys to some really loud noises of the wind. You can see the automatic emblem here on the back. It's got the reverse lights. 69 was, I believe, the last year for this style of taillight, which was the same as on the early Type 3s. Other things that changed from early Type 3 up until this period were the turn signals in the front and the markers here in the back. These reflectors, earlier models stretch out a little bit longer, but this still retains that early style body to it. And I absolutely love it. There are some cool accessories on this. If you look inside here, you can see that little luggage rail piece that goes behind the seat there. That's a cool little add-on. This car has a really trick Blaupunkt radio in the dash here. I love that. It's got at least one of the original Wolfsburg mats in place. Again, seats are in really nice shape. Couple little flaws here to show you that it's original rather than restored, but overall it is really spectacular. Let me pop the hood here and I'll show you what's up underneath there. Pop that. Oh, here's a cool little detail. That was from the selling dealer in Phoenix, Arizona, Morganson Motors. That's where this car was sold new. I've got the owner's manuals for it. I've got the whole history of this car back to day one as far as the ownership of it. And it's pretty cool to have that. I love that part of it. Inside here, we've got some matching luggage that came along with it, which is really pretty cool. This original trunk liner material is really in spectacular shape. This is an original Continental spare tire. The rim is even gorgeous in there. The jack is super clean. The latches still have the gold cad plating on them. This car has been really, really, really well preserved. It's original paint all on the inside in here. Just one outside repaint. And beautifully done too. In fact, the previous owner thought that this was original paint, and once it got here and I started looking super close, I realized that it's not. And there were just a couple of little tips that pointed that off to me. Like right here, you can see there's a little bit of blue paint on that window rubber. That's a sign of a repaint. Also in the door jamb here, if you look super close and feel right here, this is a little drier paint than this is here. This is original. This has a little bit of overspray on it from when it was blown in there on the side. But again, I had to look super, super close in order to tell that that this thing had been repainted. It's stunning. It's really, really beautiful. Let me pop the rear lid here too. You can see the engine. 1968 was also the first year for the Type 3 to have fuel injection. Prior to that, it was dual carbs on the deluxe models, and some of the earlier ones had a single side draft carburetor there on some of the first Type 3s or the base model cars, like the N model as they would call it. Unfortunately, the lighting here is really kind of poor. I should have planned this out a little bit better, but hopefully you can see in there that is the original fuel-injected 1600cc engine, and the car runs and drives spectacular. Oil filler thing here, spotless, super clean. The original material in here on that trunk liner is in really good shape. Again, I could not be happier with the condition of this car, and I'm super thrilled to have it here in the collection. So when I got it, it did have Blackwell tires on it. I wanted to change that so I could make it look like the one that I had about 30 years ago. So I ordered up some radial white walls and put those on there. They're a little wider than what would be original for 1969. White wall tires were certainly an option, but they weren't quite that fat. Also, the chrome wheels were probably not original to the car. I believe it would have had a painted wheel with an aluminum trim ring on it to really dress it up. But I kind of like the chrome and the white wall. It's a little flashy, it's a little funky, and well, quite frankly, that kind of is me. So flashy, funky, the Fastback is here. I will take this out and run it and drive it and have a ton of fun with this amazing little VW. In any case, new edition, new toy, super excited, happy to share it with all of you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.